Everybody, we have so much to talk about. The Detroit Lions have officially locked down their quarterback for the future. And I'm going to go out with a statement in this video. I'm going to start with a statement, then I'm going to ask you your opinion, then I'm going to give you my opinion. And really, this can go one of two ways, but my overall feelings are that of excitement. My overall feelings are that of hope. Jared Goff is our quarterback for the next 5 years. My overall feelings are that Jared Goff's going to start passing Matt Stafford for all of the records and things like that by the time he's done with the Detroit Lions. But here's what the Detroit Lions just did with one fell swoop of a Jared Goff pen when he signed that 4-year, $212 million contract, that $170 million guaranteed dollars. Wow. They did one of two things. Either they ensured that they are going to be a perennial Super Bowl contender for the next 5 years, or they guaranteed themselves that they will not win a Super Bowl in the next 5 years but continue to be relevant. What do you think it is? Leave your comment below on a scale of 1 to 10. How much do you like this signing? Now, if you want some more info on it, we can give you some more info on it. Again, it is a $212 million contract, $170 million guaranteed. That makes him the second highest paid quarterback in the NFL. So usually with positions like this, next man up gets the biggest payday. They didn't give him the biggest payday. I was hoping this contract would be between 45 and 50 million. Anything 50 million and below, I wasn't going to say a word. I was just going to take it to the bank. Well, actually, Jared Goff's taking it to the bank. But I was going to celebrate. I was going to be excited. It's 53 million on average. With the NFL salary cap the way it is, am I going to get upset over 3, even 8 million? No, I'm not, because he is someone who guarantees this is going to be a good offense. This has been a good offense. All right, and we're going to talk about some of those things as we do it. All right, that's now, if you're keeping track, if you like math, that is $444 million in contract extensions this off season. How amazing is that? How amazing is that? I mean, I'm just absolutely blown away. So let's go into some stats. First, I'm going to talk about stats for Jared Goff, then about the team under Goff's leadership. So last year, we know he was really good, and we're going to go through this very quickly. All right, if you can't see, I'll get it a little bit closer in here, okay? Jared Goff was second in passing yards this year. All right, when you look at completion percentage, that never counts because there's guys who are 1 for 1. All right. He was 4th in touchdowns with 30. That's pretty impressive. What about QB rating? All right. Once you get down to the actual players, he's around there. It's not that bad. But again, passing yards, second, touchdowns, close in there as well. Completion percentage, rating, he was in the top, I believe, 5 as well for QB rating for players who played consistently. But what about, it's like, oh, you gave him $53 million for being good for 1 year. The year before that, he was good too, everybody. All right? When he didn't have Laporta, when he didn't have Gibbs, even Montgomery, when he didn't have J-Mo, all right? When he didn't have these guys, it was DJ Chark. All right? He was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th quarterback when it came to passing yards. And by the way, he was hurt for a game or two, I believe. All right? He had a ton of attempts, 587, but not a ton more than you would expect. It went right in line, 6th, with how many passing yards? All right, he had a good completion percentage. In touchdowns, he was, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th. This is a quarterback who, over the last 2 years, has been a top 5 quarterback. All right? He almost had the exact same stats as Joe Burrow, right, except a better touchdown-interception ratio. He almost had the exact same stats as Joe Burrow in 2022. In 2023, you can't even compare it because Joe Burrow was hurt. And why am I talking about Joe Burrow? Because he's the guy we paid him like. Now, Joe Burrow's a little more fleet of foot, but they just paid Joe Burrow $55 million, and now he can't do this with his wrist, I don't think. Like, there's always a quarterback, and I look over the last 2 years, and I look at and I think to myself, okay, let's just look at pass yards. All right, top 5 last year. All right, we'll go top 10. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow. All right, I'll let you look at it. Mahomes, Allen, Burrow, Smith, Cousins, Goff, Rodgers, Brady, Herbert. All right, how many of these guys show up in the top 10 the next year? Allen, Mahomes, Goff. 3 guys stayed there. Jared Goff has been a top 5 quarterback each of the last 2 years. All right, and if you don't believe me, it's the exact same way when you look at it via PFF. All right, PFF, his passing grade last year was number 6. So you look at all this and you're like, okay, obviously he's pretty good. But what about the team? Okay, the team had the 3rd most yards per game last year. That's not bad. What about passing yards alone? All right, 2nd. That's not bad. That's not bad. How about points? Points per game. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They were 5th. In 2022, regular season, how were the Detroit Lions in points per game? 5th. How about yards per game? 4th. This is a top 5 offense with Jared Goff at the helm. And now you have your linemen are paid. And by the way, you're good to go. Like, the math has been done. And what this team has said is we are going to continue to build on offense, which for a team that plays in a dome, that's a really good idea. All right, that's a really good idea. So let's get past the stats and let's just talk about Jared Goff and who Jared Goff is. He's a leader. He's a guy that his teammates love. He's a guy that Amon-Ra St. Brown went to the NFL draft and started getting everybody to chant Jared Goff. In other words, Lions, lock him up. You now have St. Brown and Goff together for the next 5 years. Penei Sewell for the next 6. Those are the big 3. That's like, and then you have you have Jahmyr Gibbs locked up for the next 4. Like, this offense is kind of like, can I say it? With the just dominant offensive line, with a great running back, a phenomenal number 1 wide receiver, and a quarterback that, by the way, Troy Aikman, sorry, I just gave it away. It's like the 90s Cowboys. That's how we're going to win. That is, and I don't like the Cowboys. I hate the Cowboys. I get it. Don't turn off the video. All right? But Troy Aikman wasn't that good. He was fine, but when he has Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith in that offensive line, he's phenomenal. Jared Goff, when he has St. Brown and J-Mo and Laporta and Jahmyr Gibbs and that offensive line, he's going to be phenomenal. And when he has more time, I'm telling you, Jared Goff is more Tom Brady than he is a bust. Nobody had more touchdowns against the blitz last year than Jared Goff. The dude is good. So we're not going to just sit here and be like, oh, I don't know if we should have signed him. For what? Like, I did videos on this, and I wanted to hurt myself when I did the videos, talking about, oh, maybe Hendon Hooker. Maybe there's a world where they don't want to sign Goff, so they have Hooker. No, he's the backup quarterback. And maybe Hendon Hooker's going to be good. I don't know. But it doesn't matter because Goff's your guy. He's your guy. You can't take a guaranteed roster like this, full of talent, with St. Brown and Sewell and Ragnow and Decker and J-Mo and Gibbs and Hutchinson and McNeil. And now you got guys like Branch and Campbell, right? And the defense has been poured into with Terrion Arnold and Rakestraw. Iffy, Kirby. You can't take a proven roster like this and say, all right, young quarterback who I've never seen, we're going to trust you with it. You need to lock up your quarterback, because if Jared Goff goes out and has another top 5 season, which he will if everybody stays healthy, if he stays healthy, right? Even when people weren't fully healthy, he still had good games. But if he goes out and has another top 5 season, this is another top 5 offense. You're going to have to pay him $58 million next year to sign him to an extension. And other teams are going to be bidding on him. You needed to lock him up. They did it. It wasn't even an option. And it's not like Jared Goff is sitting here statistically making us wonder, like, is he good? I don't know. Like, he's like borderline top 10, top 15. Should we pay him? No. He's a top 3 quarterback statistically over the last 2 years. Even in the article that I brought up right away. Look at this. Over the last 2 seasons, passing yards, 2nd. Passing touchdowns, 3rd. Touchdown to interception ratio, 2nd. First down percentage, 4th. That has the numbers statistically. I understand he doesn't beat you with his feet. Get it. I get it. But that right arm is the 2nd best right arm in football right now, statistically speaking. That's nuts. And that's our quarterback, and it's going to be for a while. There was a long season before Matt Stafford where this team did not have its quarterback. Now we've had Stafford, and now we have Goff. We've had 2 good ones in a row. It's a blessing. Enjoy it. All right, let us know what you think with your comments. See you in the next one.